Jeff Schultz of the Atlanta Journal-Constitution here on the show. And then in your column, I mean, this one really blew me away. How Kyle Shanahan's night in the stadium ended. Were you there, Jeff? Can you roll through this for those who don't know?
Yeah, so basically the way it works for those who aren't in press boxes and stuff after games, I mean, a lot of the assistant coaches coach from upstairs, obviously, in the coaching booth, and immediately after games they go to an elevator, and an elevator is held for them to go down before the media, or they hold one just for the coaches. No fans from suites can get on. So Falcon coaches came out, including Kyle Shanahan, and they were standing by this elevator, which was on the same level as the press box. And they were there for at least 5 minutes, I would say, Rich. And the elevator never came. And I think one of the workers said, they're having problems or it's stuck. You might just want to walk. And, of course, these guys are not in the happiest mood as it is. So they're like, screw it. So they finally walk down the hall. They walk down a flight of stairs. And they're basically starting to follow the colored duct tape that we all have to follow
right.
in the media Super Bowl world to get down to the bottom level. And they go down one flight of stairs, and they're going through basically a fan plaza with fans who are looking around saying, is that Kyle Shanahan? Are those Falcon coaches? And they're walking by concession stands. And then one of the stadium workers says, hey, come back. We're going to bring an elevator down to this floor for you. So they're like, okay. So they by now they've gone 50, 60 yards. They make a U-turn. They come back to the bank of elevators, only a floor below where they were originally. And they're waiting there, and they waited for, Rich, I would say at least 15 minutes.
No.
Yes. Finally the elevator came, but from the time they originally went to the first bank of elevators to the bottom, it was probably at least 20 minutes. It was the weirdest, strangest thing I ever saw. Shanahan, understandably, was going crazy, as were the other coaches. These poor, I felt sorry for the stadium workers who, minimum wage guys with yellow jackets or whatever and little earphones. I don't know what to do. I'm trying to get the elevator here, but they're getting screamed at, and it was awful. It was awful, but it was sort of fitting. And by later on, Shanahan had sort of composed himself and went to the dais and tried to defend some of the play calls, but it was it wasn't a happy night for in Falcon Land.
Wow.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern on Audience.